Bottom line is we are recording one way or the other. They'll let us know if we're echoing, if we have any issues, gremlins in the system, so on and so forth. But and of course the almighty wonderful tool of editing afterwards, post record. So we'll handle that there. But let's do it. Selection Sunday. Get involved in the conversation. And good evening. It's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Selection Sunday is upon us. We got the brackets. Who you got? Who do you like? Who do you hate? Who got an easy ride? Who's Barbie's Ferrari? We're going to have some fun today. Joining me in studio in beautiful Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, we got the man who's rocking. Did you get that yesterday on Fayette Street? All right. Ryan B. Coyle, rolling with us. Beef, this is March.
March feels great just to get this bracket. Not all year, but that's why we lift those weights. That's why we watch those American Athletic Conference games, those Big South games to know these teams and get here for some fun over the next week. It's my favorite 4-day stretch of the year.
All right, make sure you have that microphone up to your mouth. But you sound great. It's great to have you. And Lettuce, Nick McClay making his appearance here in studio. Lettuce, McClay, it's good, man.
Like Pete just said, it feels so good to have a bracket in hand. Just looking at the bracket, it's beautiful to look at. And, this is why we watch all those games, just for these moments for madness. And, I just can't wait to get down and break down all of this.
All right. We do have a lot to get into, of course, with all the matchups. As far as just being released, we just got times and a lot to discuss. So let's get to it. Of course, thanks to the boys for setting us up here. I was able to catch Sam and Mark Henry Jr. going absolute nuts when it was going live. So I'm pretty sure they had Tansy join them as well. He's been busy. Big Union game today that they crapped the bed, but no one's discussing that. Let's talk about the bracket. First things first here, Beef. What jumped out to you the most?
I think Auburn's draw is one of the main kind of discussion points that I saw because if they do end up playing Louisville in the second round, that game's in Lexington. So Auburn, the number 1 overall seed, they might play basically a road there against a Louisville team that was one of the surprise teams. I'm still not a huge believer in them, but that's one of the big talking points that we've seen thus far. And also, I thought there was a legit chance that Duke could have been the number 1 overall seed after the ACC tournament and finding a way, or for Auburn, finding a way to lose the last 4 games was still surprising to me to see Auburn still get that 1 seed. But that's one of the main kind of discussion points I've seen thus far.
All right, and then McClay, what was the person that jumped out to you the most here?
The fact that UNC got in is insane. 1-12 and quad 1. I don't really understand how they're in.
We go right to UNC.
Yeah, obviously, their resume doesn't show anything. Even if they win, they'll throw with Ole Miss. I don't understand how they got in.
And they said that their athletic director didn't have anything to do. And once North Carolina came up, they weren't being involved whatsoever. Do we not believe that?
Yeah, that was. I don't know how that. It's the same thing with like Michigan guy was the selection committee for the chair last year as well for football. Obviously somebody has to do it, but it's not going to run it. That was North Carolina this year. North Carolina conversation, he wasn't in the room for that. But I think we said that's still some type of 111 and 12. Indiana 35 at the school folks to make the tournament. UNC was like +4 Hoosier, just like an hour before the bracket. So I think those were kind of the ones in West Virginia won't get it that too. I was a proponent of Virginia should not be in the book. I think they're a good team. I think they're really struggling down the stretch as well. And they found out 111 of 100 bracket projections all West Virginia in the field.
Jeez, McClay, what do you have to add on that?
I kind of on the opposite end. I think it should have been in 6 wins over teams, and 5 of them were away. I think they should have been in over UNC, but like in Indiana, Indiana should have been, even though they also met expectations all year. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going back to it. That one jumps out.
Yeah, they got an article up on CBS Sports about how the heck did they get in. So that's going to be, and again, we know that that will be the case too because of the talking point with North Carolina. So, any chance that they end up getting upset in that first matchup?
I was gonna say, I think if UNC does beat San Diego State, like I do think there's a legit chance they could beat Ole Miss too. So it's not like North Carolina's mercy ever. It's just how much do you really value the resume? Because if you're gonna really hype up these squads, and that's kind of the main data point that these teams are using for their resume, you only go 1-11 club. How do you go next year? Like, all right, why do I schedule 12 games at all? Let me just go out there and wrap up our conference game because it really didn't matter. Xavier only had one club on the as well, and they found
All right, so we will have some fun on the way out here. I got some props that we're going to involve here, but let's open up with, of course, the overall number one seed Auburn coming in to what 2 weeks ago they were the overall one seed. No one could beat them. Deep team. They're going to be perfect, ready to go. And then, of course, a couple slip ups over here in the last 2 weeks. But 3 out of their last 4, is that correct?
Yeah.
3 out of their last 4. And now here we are because we're rolling on the other stuff, so it's all right. But 3 out of the last 4, and with the SEC getting all of the attention, of course, 14 teams in, you have to ask: is that eventually going to catch up? As it has looked in these last few weeks here. So Auburn losing some gas at this point in time, and do you have them possibly taking an early exit here, Pete?
I like Auburn's draw kind of though at the top. So I said at the beginning with Louisville, it's a tough one, but I still don't think Louisville's that great of a team. I do think that they have a good path because I think Michigan is pretty fraudulent if they were to win that first one. I do think that there's a good path for Auburn to at least get to the Elite Eight. We talked about it last week as well, but Auburn really didn't have much to play for over this past week. I said it to you a couple weeks ago. They were going to be the number one overall seed unless something crazy happened. They lost like 3 games by 30 points. Sure, they struggled down the stretch, but that team had championships to play for this entire season, the best team in the country for that money. So I think this obviously not great to lose 3 or 4 going into the tournament, but they really didn't have that much game. Now they have a that I think is very doable to potentially lead them to an Elite Eight where they can meet up with Michigan State down the line.
I think Louisville is somebody you got to watch out for if that matchup does happen.
Love that coach. That coach is so get those boys in order. They're a fun team to watch.
Beef or McClay, do you have Auburn making a run to the Final Four?
Yeah, like you said, Auburn, Michigan State should be. Iowa State that 3 seed, and watching them all year. They're obviously my favorite team, and watching them, it's just I don't see. I can see him making the Sweet 16. That's really it. Without Gilbert, and Lipsy's banged up. They're going to need Chris Jones and Elon to step up. 2 big guys, Josh Jefferson, Deshaun Jackson. They've been playing well down the stretch. I just don't think they really have enough to really make a run. I mean, it's not the toughest draw, really. Got to play them and then Ole Miss. I don't hate those matchups, but then you got to go either Michigan State, and I don't think they have the power to beat Michigan State.
All right, and then am I in my dream world where I'm saying Louisville or Creighton could very well get Auburn here, Beach?
Well, it goes back to what I said at the beginning, where it's like Louisville could have a de facto home game right there in Lexington. That was one of the main kind of things that people were saying Auburn got screwed in that spot. But I'm going to want Creighton in that game. I think Creighton is an experienced team. This is a Louisville team that it was one of the great stories of the year, but I'm just still not fully bought on that spot. I'll take Ryan Brenner in that.
All right, and then from the Texas A&M Michigan side of things, who's getting through to in the 5-12 or the 4-13?
I think there's a legit chance that we have a 12 versus 13 matchup there in the second round. Michigan's only a 2.5 point favorite right now over UC San Diego, and UC San Diego that opened at 3.5. So that money's already coming in on UC San Diego in that game. I feel like that's going to be like the most public bet one. Michigan though, 2 big guys, UC San Diego. I don't know if they can contain that. That's going to be a tough matchup for them. And then Texas A&M, they were a team that was really up and down over the last part of the season. They just lost to Texas in the SEC tournament, but they did just beat Auburn a week ago. So take with that what you will. Be able to beat Auburn last year, another SEC team. So I don't want to hear that they don't have the athletes to match up with them. I do think there's a legit chance we see 2 upsets there with UC San Diego.
Ooh, why is everybody in love with UC San Diego?
30-4, best team against the spread in the country. I think I saw 25-7. Yeah, 25-7 it was. He really shoot the three ball well. You were saying earlier they caused the most turnovers.
They caused one of the most turnovers in the league, in Michigan turns the ball over a lot. But like you said, it's going to be tough to match up with the Twin Towers, those two 7-footers. This might be one of the most 12 or the most bet 12-5 upset probably in the last, whatever that we can even think of. But I like the under in this a lot, under 140 and a half. It opened up at, I think there's going to be, these two offenses really aren't that high powered. So I like the under in this one.
Interesting. All right, down to the bottom of the region here in the South. Let's talk about Mississippi State, Marquette, New Mexico. Marquette, we know that Shaka's going to have them ready to go. What don't we know about New Mexico?
New Mexico, best team in the Mountain West this year. They battle out on Friday night to Boise State, I believe it was, but they've got a guard Donovan Dent, high scoring player. Him and Cam Jones, that's going to be a really fun one to go back and forth. I think that's one of the track meets of the first round of this NCAA tournament. I like that one to go over. I could definitely see the 10 seed pull off an upset now. They were saying on ESPN earlier, 16 years in a row, at least one 10 seed is knocked off a 7 seed. Could see that being this New Mexico team. Marquette has been up and down, inconsistent. New Mexico really good from start to finish this year. So I'm eyeing up that one as a potential upset too.
All right. Anything else we want to get into as far as the South is concerned?
I think the path is there.
scores and